there, everybody in podcast land. Welcome to another Sports podcast. I am Joel Anderson.
I'm Jordan Pomaville.
And joining us, as always, is the sports outsider, Phil Ranta.
Ouch.
Phil has injured himself, folks. We feel it's terrible to pass this along, but Phil, apparently sciatica is what I hear?
Yeah, it's sciatica caused from a herniated disc in my spine.
Oh.
Real sportsman injury.
I was going to say, a herniated disc.
Yeah,
That sounds awfully like a real sportsman injury.
it is. That's what all the doctors said, too. They're like, how'd you get it? Playing basketball, perhaps? Perhaps a round of football? Were you playing the rugby? Nay, I said. I was sitting at a desk writing jokes.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
What did
that's-
the doctor say to that?
He said, get out of here, pussy. And then he kicked me in the back.
Were you at least writing jokes for your sports-themed podcast?
No, I was writing jokes on topical things.
Were they physical jokes?
No, I was just sitting.
Were you writing slapstick?
I was using terrible posture at the time.
Oh.
Yeah. So let it be a lesson to the kids. Don't write jokes. Be very serious all the time.
There's a lot of other reasons to not write jokes that we
Right.
can give you. Among them, depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not getting laid.
Yep, that's a big one.
Yeah. Trying's the first step towards failure.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Well, that made me sufficiently sad.
Yeah, but Phil, since you were laid up all week, you probably had a chance to watch any number of different sporting events, right?
I had ample chances to watch any number of
All
sporting
right,
events.
well,
Finally.
finally.
I didn't, though.
God damn it.
Did you know they show Jersey Shore all day, every day on MTV?
Okay, now
all
wait a second.
day, unless it's Rob Dreedreck's Fear Factory.
Okay,
Honestly,
honestly,
that's not a thing. Those were just words.
Yeah, no, it's
Rob Dreedreck's Fear Factory.
It's something like that.
I think that was a
Dream
Percocet
Factory.
impersonation.
that's a Percocet show. Is what
Yeah,
we have
it's
here.
it's about a skateboarder named Rob Dreedreck. That's a sport.
I would say it's an extreme sport.
Yeah, going to the extreme.
Are you telling me, Phil, that you honestly would rather watch Jersey Shore than a sporting event?
Oh, I was on so much Vicodin. Hell yeah.
I'd like to
Oh,
follow
man.
up with the skateboarding thing.
Yeah, sure.
How was that? What would he do when he was skateboarding?
He doesn't
around?
skateboard much, actually. A lot of it's just like, I invented something that you put on your butt that makes your butt rounder. And then they make it happen.
What was the?
He's a skateboarder,
it's not
but
a
he has
show.
a fantasy factory.
Oh,
Dream Factory. I forget which one. Either way, it's terrible.
all right.
Awful show.
So, got you up on Phil there. What are we gonna? Oh, we gotta start, guys. The official news now. The Sports podcast has to issue an apology.
This is a dark day, perhaps the darkest hour. In
Can we do the
history.
apology theme song?
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's an apology! It's an apology! Honk.
I was just gonna say sorry, and then we're gonna go around and each say sorry.
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
sports.
That would have been better. You're right.
Hey everyone, sorry.
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 Podcast. See,
There we go. What are we
Right.
apologizing for, though?
Well, Phil, this ties back to, if you remember, you went to great trouble placing listening devices in every single sporting venue in the
every
entire
venue,
country.
every nook and
office,
cranny.
every locker room,
Yep.
so that we could stay completely up to date and capture any interesting things happening. Well, we were approached by Mickey Loomis, the general manager of the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
About the
I felt bad
devices.
about the hurricane, so I
Yeah.
wanted to help him
this
out.
was a while ago. I believe.
And we were really excited that someone who's actually involved in the sporting world was communicating with our podcast. And so when he asked us for access to the devices at his stadium, boy, I'm going to be honest, we just said yes, and we didn't even really think that went all the way through. We didn't second guess
I think
it.
it's great. Now we can get audio from the field. We can hear the refs.
Well, unfortunately, Mickey Loomis was actually using our devices to listen in on other NFL GMs.
we do the same thing at this podcast.
But we're not an NFL team. He was gaining an unfair advantage.
Joel, don't be hard on yourself.
Also-
we'll be an NFL team someday.
We will. We just need to acquire 55 actual football players.
right.
And you need some signatures. You gotta get the signatures.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: they always check the validity of all the signatures. So you
Right.
gotta get more.
You got to get the city commissioner to sign off on it.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But hey, well, that's something we can start now, or we could have started because there's going to be a stadium in LA. They don't have a team yet. I was going to say maybe we should just start one, have it be the Sports podcast team. But this scandal might bring us down, guys.
Oh,
To be honest with you,
pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
What
and
did he
we're
overhear
at fault.
the dude fucking?
No,
Is that what he
I mean,
did?
he was using it to illegally gain information on the actions of other teams. And
That's
gain
It's
less
actually
advantages and
against
such.
like not just NFL rules, but United States law.
Yep.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like Deep Throat.
It's exactly like.
Would you
Deep
call
Throat.
this Saints Gate?
No, not really.
No, I
You
think
call
they're
it
probably going to come up with something more clever than
GM Gate?
How about they're no saints?
that. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Huh?
Yeah, but they are the same. Oh, because they're not.
A saint's
good.
also a thing. It's not
Yeah.
just a football team.
I hate you,
Also
Jordan.
insane. What was that? Catholic Phil? That's
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, the Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go marching in. They march
They
out
do.
when they're done.
Either way, to wrap it up, we just want to say a heartfelt apology to the entire NFL for. I mean, we're a bunch of Midwestern guys. It didn't occur to us the opportunity for abuse here, and that's why we're super sorry.
Wrapping it up, yo.
All right. We also have a podcast to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
we
We
do.
probably
We
should
should,
do
yeah,
that, huh?
All right. So we have Gill Kipson Jr.
Yes, Gill Kipson Jr., our NFL draft expert.
Oh, the dude who's sitting in the waiting room.
Yeah. So
Ah.
he's going to come in and talk the NFL draft. I think starts on Thursday. They have the first round in prime time, and then the weekend will be the rest of it.
That'll
So-
be a barrel of monkeys.
I'm gonna pepper him with questions.
There we
Yeah.
go. Then I am going to put salt on his wounds.
yes, indeedy.
So also today we have I have a new Taco Bell commercial.
Hey.
Oh.
There's a Taco Bell commercial. Closer Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
He actually recently went on the DL, but San Francisco's closer. He does a lot of work with Taco Bell. There's Doritos involved.
You
Yeah.
say a lot of work with Taco Bell
Like it's a charity. Yeah. You really did say it that
Does
way.
a lot of work with injured children in Taco Bell.
He does Hands Across America. He does Boys and Girls Club of Los Angeles, and he does, Taco Bell.
There's the Taco Bell at Robertson and Cattaraugus.
Yeah.
Is there a weird sport?
You're goddamn right there's a weird sport.
Oh, man.
I had all week of Percocet and Vicodin to think of the weirdest
Okay,
sport
okay.
I could.
Phil, you can let go of Jordan's throat. He was just asking a
No,
legitimate
just,
question there.
I was Percocet and Vicodin. It's
Phil,
weird.
hey, Phil,
It's a weird
you're
sport.
gonna injure your back again, Phil.
Oh, my back.
Oh, God damn it. Just once, I'd like to get through an intro without somebody getting seriously injured, guys. Just once.
Oh, that was great. Okay. Should we start the show?
Yeah, let's start the show.
Let's do it.
Hey, can I get the all-new Cool Ranch Dorito Crunch Taco?
Hey, you're San Francisco Giants closer Brian Wilson.
And you're a guy selling me a taco. Oh, this looks extreme.
The Cool Ranch Dorito Crunch Taco is only available for a limited time.
Oh, fuck, my ulnar collateral ligament.
That's right, Brian. The Cool Ranch Dorito Crunch Taco is so extreme, you'll need Tommy John surgery and 12 to 18 months of rehab just to enjoy it.
Ah, but who would make a product like this? Wait a minute. You're not a Taco Bell employee at all.
No, I'm not. I'm the guy you said couldn't eat all of my XXL chalupa, that I would need a closer to finish it.
Ah, but it was double the beef.
And I was really hungry that day. Enjoy the DL, asshole. And remember, America, that revenge is a dish best served cool. Cool Ranch Dorito Crunch Tacos at Taco Bell, only for a limited time.
My radical persona and extreme beard will be even more awesomely relevant in 2013.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Think outside the bun.
All right, so this is exciting. We have in the studio now NFL draft guru Gill Kipson Jr.
Gill, what's going on?
Hey, good to be here, Phil. Good to be here, Jordan. Looking forward to doing the podcast.
Good to see you, Gill.
Absolutely. And I insist, call me Gill.
Okay, Gill.
Oh, sure thing,
Continue
Gill.
doing that.
So we've just got out of a dormant period for football.
Absolutely. We're going into another dormant period, but standing here like a golden oasis in the middle of that desert is the NFL draft, which is the only time of year that I work. So I am really amped about this week.
Well, that's great. It's good to be employed.
Absolutely.
It absolutely is. The rest of the year, I'm just drinking and trying to figure out what to do with myself.
Is that why
So-
you were constantly shoving our muffins that we laid out for you in the waiting room in your pockets?
Yes.
Is
I
that
also
your storing?
I also have a briefcase that I typically use to store Well, you've heard the story of the grasshopper and the ant, have you not? You got to store up for winter.
I have, and I know for a fact those are Costco muffins. They're delicious, and we have 30 of them.
Yes.
So please help yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. I already did, Jordan.
And you know what? Take a squeeze it, too, on your way out.
Are you serious? God, this is why I love this podcast, guys. You have some of the best craft services out there.
But we need you. We're giving you food because we need you to tell us about this draft that's going on.
And I am going to pay you guys off in spades. All right, let's get to the top players on the draft board. As you already know, Andrew Luck is most likely going to go to Indianapolis. I believe it's already a done deal. RG3 out of Baylor gonna go to the Skins, who traded up with St. Louis to grab themselves a quarterback because they already got Bradford.
Okay.
Also near the top of that draft board, and this is where it gets a little trickier, Matt Khalil, the offensive tackle out of USC. Good-looking kid. Big kid, strong kid. Most likely going to go in the top 5. Trent Richardson, running back out of Alabama. He gets a rating of A++ on the Gill Kipson Jr. humongous board of potential draft picks.
I'm going to stop you there, Gill. Let me slow you down for 1 second. First of all, it sounds like you're talking about how attractive these people are, more so than they're playing. You're like, good-looking kid, and he's strong.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
How attractive the guy is has a lot to do with his success in the NFL, at least in my personal experience. Until I get to see that headshot, I don't like to put them in any sort of position on that draft board.
I think it also shows how much work they put in.
Yes, absolutely. If they're really crimping their hair, all right, if they got good
crimping
pores.
Their hair. Are they like 80s pop star mall singers?
A good crimped head of hair, to me, says blue chip prospect.
Like an actual crimper? Like you do with like Malibu Barbie dolls?
I'm not sure what a crimper is, to be true.
A crimper is the one that makes the hair like really wavy in a tight way.
Oh, like the zigzagger.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, are we talking hair? Are we talking football?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to divert.
We're talking
big
brought
up the
list
crimper.
now. The next quarterback on my list here is Ryan Tannehill, quarterback out of Texas A&M. A lot of people maybe overlooked him because of the quality at the top of the draft board. I think this kid is going places, and that's why I have made quarterback Ryan Tannehill my ching lock of the draft.
Oh, this is great, because I was going to say the viewers at home are probably waiting for the Gill Kipson Jr.
Ching lock of the draft.
I love it every time he says it.
But here's the thing. At the Sports podcast, we have the internet, and we started doing research on it.
Sure.
And we wanted to go through and kind of look back at some of your previous Gill Kipson Jr.
Cha-ching!
Lock of the draft. Well, we always usually focus on the upcoming draft.
I know, but I think it'd be fun to kind of look back at your previous Gill Kipson Jr.
Why would you think that? Lock of the draft. We gotta stop making me say that.
You're an analyst. We just kind of want to check out your track record. This isn't crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Well, that's
2007. Jamarcus Russell.
Cha-ching! Lock of the draft. Jamarcus Russell. Okay, well that one, he might still come back. You know, I think he's back in football soon.
1998. Peyton Manning? No. Ryan Leaf.
Cha-ching! Lock of the draft. Okay, well that one. I mean, as soon as he gets out of jail, I think he's back in the field.
I've never
By the
heard
way,
of Ryan Leaf.
He just got arrested recently. But
he did. It's
he
his
was
second
out of football
arrest.
pretty quick.
Oops.
And then he got arrested again after he went out on parole.
But that Peyton Manning got hurt, so I think that clearly shows that I was somewhat right to pick Leaf.
He got cha-ching locked in a prison. Right?
Well, let me just run through a couple more here. 1989, Tony Mandrich. 1987,
lock of the draft.
1980.
Tony Mandrich was a can't miss prospect.
Yeah, don't give me no bologna. I want a Mandrich meal.
If he had kept taking steroids, I think he would have been a fine professional football player.
He's an athlete food pun. Hashtag athlete food puns.
What do you mean hashtag? Darn kids.
Hashtag.
All right, 1987, Brian Bosworth.
Cha-ching! Lock of the draft. That was actually, I made a rare supplemental lock of the draft pick. And it was Boz. He's still famous.
No, that's right.
Hell of a buzz cut on that kid.
Here's one I remember. 2002, Charles Rogers.
Cha-ching! Lock of the draft. I didn't know he had a glass collarbone. How am I to be blamed for that?
Well, here's another one, kind of same thing. 2005, Mike Williams.
Cha-ching! Lock of the draft. The best way to get value is to pick receivers at the top of the draft. Everybody knows that. Always get a receiver.
You're sweating really profusely.
No one's ever done this before. What kind of crazy almanac do you kids have in your possession?
Well, here's the thing. This one's a special one because I remember this one vividly. I remember tuning in at home. This was your Y2K special. It was 1999, and you did 2 Gill Kipson Jr.
Cha-cha, ching-ching, lock of the draft.
Yeah, that's right. It was Achilles Smith and Tim Couch.
Cha-ching, lock of the draft. Cha-ching, lock of the draft.
It was really weird to whiff on 2 locks in 1 year.
Usually I just do the one. I don't know what I was thinking that year.
Gil, you got a little bit of blood coming out of your nose.
At least it's not the ear this time.
I guess that is good. Hey, buddy, do you need a tissue? You gonna be okay?
I don't know. It's never been faced like this. No one ever asked me about what I said in previous draft years.
Just drink a squeeze it.
How many you got? You got extra squeeze it? I was kind of hoping
I
for a
got
couple
grape,
for the
orange,
road.
cherry.
You got a half a handle of pop off over there too. I noticed. Is there any chance I could grab that?
Why don't you just take it and go?
Yeah, I think I'll take it. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Hey, thanks for coming out, Gill Kipson Jr.
That was a great time.
Yep, call me Gill. Cha-ching, lock of the draft.
And now it's time for another Weird Sports! Weird Sports.
It worries me when you do the intro and you're like holding your kidney.
Yeah, I've got a bad back right now. It makes it hard to do that.
It
I have to use my whole body to do it.
I'm worried.
Folks,
I'm actually.
This is the sort of commitment to weird sports that we get out of Phil.
That's true. This is the 10 minutes a week that I shine.
Playing through pain. He's like,
Yes.
I can't remember the name of the guy, but there was some guy who played the last 2 games of the Stanley Cup Finals with a broken leg.
Ah, Stanley.
Yes.
Stanley Kupovich.
Started with B, I think.
Yeah.
It was back before the Russians
Stanley.
were big. But
Well, it's funny that you bring that up because this week's weird sport, Unicycle Hockey.
wow. That's honestly at home, folks. That wasn't even. Sometimes we totally bullshit you with
Yeah.
how spontaneous we are, but that was real.
Unicycle Hockey.
So, is it like polo on unicycles?
Well, I'll tell you. Unicycle hockey is a team sport similar to roller or inline hockey, except that each player must be mounted on a unicycle with both feet on the pedals to play the ball. Take your feet off the pedals, can't touch the ball. You're on the ground, can't touch the ball.
So you can't do like a trick shot where you like kick your feet out, like pow.
No, you can't. Both
Can
feet
you-
have to be on the pedals.
Oh, no, that wouldn't, I was going to say that. I was like, can you use your hands on the pedals like a handstand? But no, because then both your feet wouldn't be on the pedals.
Right, you'd be breaking rule number 1 of unicycle hockey.
What if
Jordan, both feet on the fucking pedals?
What if you have 1 foot on the pedal?
Joel, listen to me. Listen very closely and look at me when I'm saying this. You have to keep both goddamn feet on the fucking pedals in order to play unicycle hockey. All right? No more of this bullshit.
What if you're thinking about your feet in the pedals, but
See,
your
thinking
actual
about-
physical feet are not on the pedals?
I'm thinking about putting your face in a meat grinder, okay? Both feet have to be on the goddamn pedals.
Now, I would guess then, I presuppose then one would need to know how to ride a unicycle before you could even play unicycle hockey.
That is correct. If you didn't, it would be very hard to keep both feet on the pedals. Because of all the falling over, you'd have to be rather good at the unicycle.
Yeah.
Can we continue doing weird sports, please? This is my 10 minutes a week. This is all I get. Do you know how hard my life is besides
we
this?
just wanted a rule clarification, Phil.
Both feet on the pedals before you can play the ball. Moving on. The team is composed of 5 players, plus substitutes, but there's no dedicated goalkeeper role.
Oh.
Do you want to know why?
Why is that, Phil?
Very hard to stay in one place with both feet on the pedals. Very, very difficult. They'd have to be going around in circles. They'd get dizzy. There'd be vomit everywhere.
I've seen him do like the back and forth kind of.
Yeah, but imagine doing that for an entire regulation unicycle hockey game.
How long is that?
regulation.
Well, I'll tell you. Well, I'll get there. Because it's not right away. It's not here right away, but The governing body for unicycle hockey is the International Unicycle Federation. It's not just a dedicated unicycle hockey thing.
International Unicycle Federation?
Yeah, they probably govern all unicycle sports.
Yeah. I've had I don't want to get into my issues with the youth, okay? Because they're I've spoken about them before in this podcast. If anybody caught, we had like a special episode for our longtime listeners. It was just a half hour of me talking about what's wrong with the youth. But
yeah, you shared a lot that day. I thought you really grew.
Yeah, I sort of let a lot out.
Some might say overshared.
Yes. Some might say TMI, Joel. Don't need to hear about that.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm sorry, but the youth did kill Kennedy.
Yeah.
Okay? It's just because I'm the only one talking about it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
And according to the FBI, Joel, that's too much information.
Okay.
All right?
But here's the thing. When they shot him, Phil, from the grassy knoll,
yeah,
both feet in the pedals.
That's smart because you can't shoot the ball without both feet on the pedals. So it's good. So the most recent set of rules for unicycle hockey were published in 2010. The court used is between 35 and 45 meters in length.
This is an indoor sport?
It could be. Can be outside. I mean, it's mostly played inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, it's hard to find a dedicated unicycle hockey ring sometime.
That's true.
I'm going to be honest with you. I would love to watch people play unicycle hockey on a particularly windy day.
Oh, that'd be great.
Just a gust of wind, watch everyone go.
Whoop! Oh, my feet aren't on the pedals. Can't play the game.
I can't play the ball.
Yeah. I imagine they all sound like that too. They're squeaky or dumb. Because everyone who's normal is playing real hockey.
Yeah.
Well, so are these like circus performers that do this like in their free time?
I think it's the same kind of kid who who grew up playing the accordion because he thought it was ironic and fun until he realized that it's not.
There's more than irony to Weird Al Yankovic, okay, Phil? We've had this conversation before.
Sure.
It works on so many levels. His parents made him play the accordion. He wasn't doing it to be different or to stand out.
Or to be weird in any way.
No, he did the hair to be weird.
He's not purposefully trying to be weird.
Tune in next week for a special half-hour diatribe from Jordan on Weird Al Yankovic.
Yes, diatribe indeed. The goals are set back from the end walls so that play can go behind them, kind of similarly to ice hockey. Can still do the hat trick.
Oh.
See, I know a little bit about hockey. You know how? Nintendo Ice Hockey.
What is
Good
a hat
game.
trick, Phil?
That was actually
It's when you kind of swoop around the back and you dip in the puck. The whole you have to have both feet on the pedals because am I wrong?
Yeah, a hat trick's when you score 3 goals in one game.
Oh, I got it way off. I don't know what I was thinking.
I was just totally confused as what happened. Yes, you can score a goal by going behind it. I didn't realize.
That's not a hat trick.
Hey, well, I apologize. Any stick which is legal for ice hockey, other than that of a goalkeeper, can be used in unicycle hockey. Yeah.
You probably need a longer stick, though.
No. It can be the same size. Any stick. Any stick that can be used in regulation hockey, except for the goalie stick.
But wait, Phil, what if I want to use a goalie stick?
You can't use a goalie stick, Joel. It can be any other kind of hockey stick you use in a regulation hockey game.
What if I am on my unicycle with one foot in the pedal and a goalie stick and I want to play the puck? Can I do it?
Then you can't on 3 accounts. First of all, not a puck, it's a ball. Second of all, you gotta use a regulation hockey stick that's not a goalie stick. And third of all, you gotta keep both fucking feet on the pedals.
Okay, so if I have both feet on the pedals,
yes,
and a croquet mallet.
No, Joel, you're killing me, Joel Anderson. You gotta have both feet on the pedals in a regulation hockey stick.
Oh, a regulation hockey stick. Damn.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me, my hernias. All right. The unicycle have a maximum wheel diameter of 24 inches.
Wait a second. What if I have 1 foot in the pedal and a croquet mallet and a unicycle with a 30-inch wheel? Am I going to be able to play the ball at that point?
Joel, you're not getting this, all right? You're not getting this. You have to have a regulation hockey stick that's not a goalie stick, all right?
Okay.
You got to have both feet on the pedals, all right?
Okay, all
you
right.
got to have a 24-inch wheel. And I don't remember if you said ball or puck, but it's a ball.
Oh, I said ball. I said ball this time.
Thank you. Oh, jeez. All right. So, 24-inch tennis balls are generally used as the ball. Why?
Okay.
They're bouncy. They move well. They're
Okay.
fuzzy. They don't hurt you too bad. Similar, although street hockey balls are also permitted. So those are the two things that are permitted. There are 3 national unicycle hockey leagues. There are ones in the UK with 10 teams, ones in Germany with 53 teams, ones in Switzerland with 20 teams. In addition to these leagues, there's also leagues in France, Denmark, Sweden, Australia, Hong Kong, Korea, and Singapore. None in the USA.
Well, I think this is because there's just too many rules and restrictions on this game.
Yeah.
We've been trying to play it a variety of
I
different
know.
ways.
No, you can't play it a variety of different ways, though.
Well, I know. Well, that's
there
exactly.
has to be rules. Without rules, there's chaos.
Okay,
and without
Phil.
chaos, there's
I
no
come
freedom.
in on a tandem bicycle with 25-inch wheels and 1 foot on the pedal. I have a lacrosse stick with which I am handling a basketball. Can I legally play
Here's the thing:
unicycle hockey?
both feet are on one of the wheels pedals, so it's like a unicycle.
Yeah, I'm riding side saddle with both feet on one of the pedals. Is that okay?
This comes an end to another episode of Weird Sports!
Hey, so this is news. Eli Manning, Super Bowl champ, 2 times over. Eli Manning is going to be hosting Saturday Night Live on May 5th.
Wow,
pretty
I
cool.
hear athletes are great at comedy.
Well,
Peyton Manning is. His
actually,
older brother's
His older
stupendous,
brother
yeah.
was great on Saturday Night Live.
Twice.
Oh.
Did he do it twice?
Yeah. Again, Peyton Manning far superior to many trained professional actors on Saturday Night Live.
Wow. Well, I'm excited to see some of this footage.
Well, yeah, we have some rehearsal footage of him just prepping for the monologue.
Oh, well, I'll watch that.
All right, well, let's take a look.
All right, Eli Manning, we're doing this one for a take.
Well, hey, everyone. It's great to be out here hosting Saturday Night Live in New York, home of your Super Bowl champion, New York Giants. We got a great show.
Oh, Eli, just stick to the cue cards. Just Eli Manning, read the cue cards. We have writers working very hard on these jokes, Mr. Manning. Mr. Manning, please stop farting. Stop farting into your hands, Mr. Manning. We haven't been home in days trying to get through this rehearsal, please.
Oh, boy. This was a mistake.
All right, that brings us to the close of another sports podcast. But before we go, I'd like to give you our contact information.
Yes, you can email us at sportspodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at sports3podcast. That's at sports3podcast. You can find us on Facebook by searching Sports Podcast in your top little toolbar. Or you can find us on iTunes by searching Sports3 space podcast. That's Sports3, all one word, space podcast. Please rate and review us.
Yeah, please do that. And
Why
subscribe.
wouldn't you? Yeah, subscribe. Subscribe so you can get all this great audio entertainment whenever you want to listen to it.
That was great.
Thank you.
Very succinct.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I'm getting better at it every week.
We burned through it.
Yeah, we did. All right. Well, it was fun.
Absolutely. Lights off.
For more funny stuff for your eyes and ears, go to comedypodcastnetwork.com.